Today we'll be showing you how to service a wild water starter package reel. First step is to release the drag completely by turning the drag knob counterclockwise. Second step is to release the spool. You do this by pressing the slider, grasping the spool on the frame, and pulling the two halves apart. See that there will be some grease inside. We'll simply wipe this away with a rag. It'll make it easier to see all of the pieces inside and begin the process of disassembly. Also clean out the small groove that holds the spool. Small precision screwdriver is all you need for this part. There's a clip. You'll see the grooves on the back of the clip. Use the flat screwdriver, pry it out, hold it back with your thumb so you don't lose the clip. Remove the clip. Use your screwdriver to sort of separate these two small washers. There's a fiberglass washer. There. And a very thin metal washer there. Next step is to slide the bearing and the shaft off of the center shaft of the reel. One side's plastic, one side's metal. Metal side is for left-hand retrieve. Plastic side is for right-hand retrieve. Remove the shaft that the clutch bearing rides on. You'll notice it has two tabs on the bottom. Now we have the drag plate. You'll see the little dimples for the clicker. You'll also see three small ears. I'll set that aside and look at those later. There's the outer drag plate, the metal part of the drag plate. That's the drag brake. And now we've exposed the clicker. We're going to take that out, being very careful because there is a small spring inside the clicker that we don't want to lose. And now you see the tiny spring fits right inside that clicker. Turning it upside down now, get the other metal plate for the drag out. The plastic plate will also come out now. Now we've taken everything out of this side. There is another drag plunger for the drag knob, but that's stuck inside the other half of the reel. So first thing we do is remove the small sticker, again using the precision screwdriver. Pry that out. It's just a Phillips head screw in there. So we get our screwdriver. And we simply undo the screw. Turning counterclockwise to remove the screw. Under the screw you'll see some spacers. This particular reel has 3. There may be more, there may be less. You want to make sure you don't lose any of those small spacers. Now you can just remove the drag knob completely. You see the dimples for the clicker on the drag knob. clicker for the drag knob is inside this half of the reel. Again, there's another little spring. Be careful not to lose it. You have two red washers. And a metal spring washer. See how it's bent? It has two little tabs. Last piece is another drag plate. Now you can go ahead and clean any part of the frame or the spindle that you need to clean off. Again, we get the rag out. Really important to clean off the shaft. You want to make sure that the groove where the clip fits in and the groove where the spool attaches are clean. Any area, of course, around the drag knob is important. Now we begin the process of reassembling. Done in reverse order. The plate, the washer, with the tabs pointing towards the reel, followed by the two red washers, and then the drag knob. We then take the screw with the spacers, put it into the shaft, tighten it with the Phillips head. Do not recommend any use of any Loctite. It will be very difficult, maybe impossible to remove even with Loctite. Okay, now we start the reassembly process. Take the drag plate, last plate that we took off, first thing that goes on, making sure that we sort of align those notches in the outside of the plate to the holes in the frame. Take the spring washer, place it on there so that the tabs are pointing down. And we take the two red washers and the drag knob, just threads on. Take the small screw with all the spacers, same number of spacers that were on there when it was disassembled, very important. And we tighten it. Do not use any Loctite on this. It will be very difficult to take apart. I like to clean off some of the glue from the sticker out of the way. Flipping over, we make sure that our plates are still aligned. Really easy to do, just align them with your screwdriver. Should be right in the middle, as close to the center as you can get. It makes it much easier to do the reassembly. We take our black plastic piece. This is the side that will go into the drag. You just place one of the little clicker assemblies into one of the three holes. Sort of eyeball the alignment of the clicker to one of the three openings. Turn the frame upside down and put that in there until it's seated. Very easy to tell when it's in there all the way. We hold it down while we get our plate. Notice one side of the plate is going to have some wear marks, the other side does not. And we just place this metal plate into the plastic housing. You'll see the tabs on the outside of the metal plate will fit into the plastic. Make sure it's completely seated. When we put our drag brake back in, place the clicker into any one of the 3 holes, take the drag brake with the other drag plate pre-assembled, place that over the top. Shaft lines up with the 2 small holes in the plate. Very important to line that up and get them seated completely. We take our clutch bearing, metal side up for left-hand retrieve. We replace the metal washer and the fiber washer. Metal washer goes on first, followed by the fiber washer. Checking to make sure that everything is stacked up properly. You should have the groove on the shaft completely exposed so it's easy to put in the clip. Pick up the clip, start it in manually, and then we use our Phillips or our flathead screwdriver to push the edge of the clip in. This should go on easy if everything is seated correctly, and it does. Check the operation, put a little bit of drag on it, everything seems to be okay. Reattach the spool. And put our little sticker back on. Turns one way, free spool, and we're done.